The campus queen announced she'd only date the guy ranked dead last, so all the guys started skipping class and turning in blank tests. But I studied like a man possessed and stayed #1 for 2 straight years. Every guy at school looked at me in confusion. Wasn't Bo Jingyan always the one chasing her the hardest? Why'd he suddenly stop? What they didn't know was that I'd been reborn. In my last life, I lost everything chasing Wen Qingli. But right before I died, I saw her holding her first love and glaring at me with pure hatred. You should have died a long time ago. Otherwise, shading wouldn't have had to wait for me all these years. After waking up back on campus, I ignored Wen Qingli completely and sprinted out of school under everyone's nosy stares. Because I remembered something far more important. Today wasn't just the day Wen Qingli's mother had her accident. It was also the day Gu Shuyao left the country. In my last life, I fought with my family and friends countless times over Wen Qingli until everyone abandoned me. Gu Shuyao even told me not to ruin my relationship with my family for Wen Qingli because she wasn't worth it. But I snapped at her impatiently. What I do is my business. It has nothing to do with you, so stay out of it. If you can't stand me either, then leave. We won't be friends anymore. I'll never forget the look on her face. With tears in her eyes, she asked me, Bo Jingyan, am I really worth that little to you? But I was completely blinded and answered with something even crueler. After that, she really left. Once she went abroad, she never came back. It wasn't until the day I died that I finally understood. The woman I'd chased my whole life had never even treated me like a person. The one I had pushed away with my own hands, Gu Shuyao, was the person who truly loved me most. I ran all the way to the business school, but she was nowhere in sight. Hey, do you know where Gu Shuyao is? No idea. Could she have already withdrawn from school? Was she already on the plane? I was about to pull out my phone when I turned around and crashed into a guy, spilling his chips all over the floor. Sorry, I was looking for Gu Shuyao and didn't see you. You're looking for Miss Gu? She's at the gym right now, but I wouldn't go if I were you. She's in a terrible mood. Before he could finish, I shot off like a gust of wind. A huge crowd had packed the entrance to the boxing room inside the gym. Our school only has 2 campus queens, and now one of them is leaving. Who's going to give my eyes something beautiful to look at before those brutal 8 a.m. classes? Exactly. I haven't even gotten the chance to say one word to Miss Gu. What, you still think you have a shot with every guy's dream girl? Keep dreaming. The second I ran in, I saw a huge group of students gathered together. They said Wen Qingli was ice that had been frozen for 1,000 years, while Gu Shuyao was a sun that had burned for 10,000. I couldn't have agreed more. Her embrace had been the last warmth I ever felt in this world, even hotter than a sun burning for 10,000 years. I slowly pushed through the crowd and headed inside. Inside the massive boxing room, I spotted the tall figure pounding away at a heavy bag. The weight on my chest instantly lifted. She hadn't left. Thank God. But I completely failed to notice just how dark the mood around her was. Song Anan opened a bottle of water and held it out to her. You've been at it forever. Take a drink. The next second, the wildly swinging heavy bag nearly knocked her over. Xia Yunshu shook her head from the side. Stop bothering her. She's in a terrible mood. You don't want to get caught in the crossfire. I watched the girl frown, obvious anger burning in her eyes. I couldn't help thinking about what I'd said to her yesterday. Was that why she was so upset? What's Bo Jingyan doing here? Isn't he always following Wen Qingli around? The crowd immediately broke into whispers. The moment our eyes met, she froze, then coldly looked away. I walked forward with my head down, desperately trying to figure out how to apologize. But a mocking scoff reached me first. What, afraid I might not leave, Bo? Did you come all this way to see me off? We'd grown up together for more than 10 years. We'd called each other by every name and nickname imaginable, even pet names. But she'd never called me Bo with such distance and hostility. I glanced at the friend standing beside her. Shuyao. Gu Shuyao jolted like she'd been shocked. She slowly turned around and stared at me in disbelief. Bo Jingyan, are you possessed or something? A smile crept into my eyes. It worked. I'd already gone from Bo back to Bo Jingyan. I walked up to her solemnly and bowed 45 degrees. I'm sorry. I completely lost my mind yesterday when I said those things. Can you pretend I never said them and forgive me? And please don't leave, okay? The moment I took back what I'd said, it was like a breeze sweeping away the dark clouds that had hung over her heart for the past 2 days, secretly lifting the corner of her lips. She casually pulled off her boxing gloves and tossed them aside. You actually apologized, that's a first. But after thinking it over, the smile in her eyes turned cold again. Bo Jingyan, don't even think about using me to help you chase Wen Qingli. I'm done chasing her. This time, Gu Shuyao truly froze, as if she couldn't believe her own ears. What did you say? I'm done chasing her, I mean it. But the next second, she pressed her hand against my forehead. Something's definitely wrong. Do you have a fever? She wasn't the only one who didn't believe me. Neither did anyone else watching. Just as Gu Shuyao was about to drag me to the nurse's office, I grabbed her hand and pulled it away. I don't have a fever, and I'm thinking perfectly clearly. I know you probably don't believe me right now, but what I'm about to say, she didn't hear a single word. Her eyes and all her attention were fixed on the hand I was holding. Bo Jingyan! I turned around at the sound. There you are. Our advisor wants you in his office right now. I had barely started to say, just give me a second, when my desk mate grabbed me and pulled me away. No time for that, it's urgent. I nodded and let go of Gu Shuyao's hand. Can you wait for me? I'll come back and explain everything. Gu Shuyao, please don't leave, okay? Watching the scene, Xia Yunshu couldn't help becoming suspicious. Song Anan, on the other hand, noticed nothing. She actually thought I looked ridiculous. You've got to be kidding me. Shuyao, it's almost time, I'll take you to the airport. She grabbed her backpack and started to leave. But the moment she stepped between us, she took a solid punch to the shoulder. Ow, what was that for? Where do you think you're going? Abroad. Aren't you leaving to study overseas? If you're so obsessed with going abroad, go by yourself. The moment I heard that, I knew she wasn't leaving. A huge smile spread across my face as I finally followed my desk mate out. Wait for me. At the boxing room entrance, the crowd was completely stunned and buzzing with gossip. As if answering me, the girl let out a sound so soft it was almost impossible to hear. She slowly lifted her hand, rubbed her fingertips together, and brought them near her nose. How long had it been since he held my hand? It felt different now, nothing like when we were kids. Sha Yunshu saw the joy in her eyes as she stared fixedly at my back, completely lost in the moment. She couldn't help pulling out her phone to warn her. Shu Yao, are you sure Bo Jingyan isn't using you? A new post on the school forum has already shot to #1. Gu Shu Yao glanced over and saw the painfully eye-catching title. Campus Heartthrob drops $1 million to win the campus queen. Bo Jingyan, you're way too obsessed. Her eyes suddenly turned cold. Whether you're using me or not, Jingyan, you're the one who asked me to stay this time. No matter what happens, I'll never let go again. Our advisor had called me to his office because of Wen Qingli. The hospital just called. Because the surgery fee was paid in time, Wen Qingli's mother received proper treatment. This certificate is from the school, recognizing your kindness, solidarity, and selfless spirit. Jingyan, take it. I wasn't listening and didn't take the certificate. No thank you, sir. Wen Qingli said she'd pay me back, so it wasn't a selfless donation. By the time I left the office, the rain had stopped. I lifted my face slightly and felt the sunlight fall across me. Only then did I truly feel like I'd been given another life. This time, I would make the most of it, cherish my future, and treasure the people who truly loved me. I would never let Wen Qingli and Huo Xiaoding use me again, and I would never love Wen Qingli again. President, these are the materials submitted by the English Club. Please take a look. Wen Qingli took the documents. Okay. When she looked up, she caught sight of someone in the distance. I was standing in the garden, my handsome face making her freeze for a moment. Huo Xiaoding stepped out of the restroom and saw the whole thing. Qingli, don't tell me you're moved just because Bo Jingyan donated money for your mom. Don't forget, he's the one who... Wen Qingli frowned and looked away. Of course not. With that, she closed the folder and headed toward the classroom building. Chen Mubai rushed out of the restroom without even drying his hands. Seeing that Huo Xiaoding had just finished talking to Wen Qingli, he walked over with a nosy grin and bumped his shoulder. The campus queen, huh? What did she say to you? Nothing much. She just told me how her mom was doing in the hospital. Chen Mubai gave him a teasing look. Ever since her mom's accident, she's been really down. She hasn't opened up to anyone except you. Shading, you must be pretty special to her. Huo Xiaoding smirked. I heard your families have lived together for years. You're already in the perfect position, so why not make your move? Once she graduates and becomes successful, she'll face a lot more temptation. And there's already one huge temptation right now. Chen Mubai jerked his chin toward the courtyard below. Shouting, I never realized Bo Jingyan was that handsome, and his family is loaded too. Aren't you worried Qingli might fall for a rich, gorgeous guy who's chasing her that hard? Wouldn't that be perfect? I don't want someone who can't stay loyal anyway. Chen Mubai froze. Besides, Qingli will never fall for Bo Jingyan. Chen Mubai wasn't convinced. You're way too calm about this. Huo Xiaoding looked into the distance. I'm not calm. It's just that some people can work their entire lives and still never reach someone else's starting line. Just then, a burst of noise erupted. Chen Mubai followed his gaze and saw a group of famous Beijing heiresses leaving the gym, with Gu Shu Yao standing out at the center of them all. When Chen Mubai saw Huo Xiaoding staring straight at Gu Shu Yao, alarm flashed across his face. Huo Xiaoding noticed and smiled. Like you said, this is school. Everyone gets the same chance to approach anyone they want, and I won't waste a single opportunity. With that, he carried his books toward the gym. As he passed the group, one book slipped to the ground, but no one noticed. They simply walked past each other. Night fell, and the boys' dorm at Jing University was brightly lit. I lived in a 4-person room with Huo Xiaoding, Chen Mubai, and Chu Nanzhou. I was washing my face when I heard my roommates talking and occasionally bursting into laughter. I couldn't help laughing too. Chu Nanzhou poked his head out from his bunk. Jingyan, what are you laughing at? We know you're into Wen Qingli's cold, untouchable type and don't care about Miss Gu, but missing out on a stunning woman with that much chemistry is your loss. Chen Mubai nodded like crazy. A massive loss. I'm not into Wen Qingli anymore. The two of them mocked me in perfect unison. You've said that 800 times. Then the very next day, you go right back to following her around like a puppy. Please, handsome, spare us. Our ears are about to fall off. Looking at their reactions, I remembered how everyone at the gym had looked exactly the same earlier. Whatever. Time would prove everything.